What's going on, guys? And in today's video, we are here to react to top 10 scary Spanish urban legends. Now, when I first saw this thumbnail, I was like, okay, do I watch it or do I react to it? So I decided to react to it to see like if I'll get scared or like I don't know what would happen. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. Oh no.
I have sunburn on my face, which is kind of appropriate because today we're talking about Spain because it's a sunny place. When you think about Spain, you may think of its famous food, its wine, or its football teams. It's a place with a lot of rich culture and reasons to visit, but everything in life has a dark side to it, and Spain is no different. Just like all the other countries we've done on this list, Spain has some stories that may scare you away or want to visit it even more, depending on what kind of person you are. Let's find out. My name is Danny Burke. This is the top 10 scary Spanish urban legends. Starting off at number 10 now, we have the Vampire of Barcelona. Enriqueta Martí was a prostitute who started her own brothel in Grazi. It was where she would provide young children to her rich elite clients. She would kidnap orphans as young as 14 down to just 3 years old by wrapping them in her black cape. This led people to refer to her as Enriqueta the Vampire. The police actually discovered this disgusting brothel, but the son of an influential person was there who paid off both the police and Enriqueta to keep quiet. With her newfound wealth, she purchased apartments around Barcelona to open more brothels. The children that she felt were not up to scratch would simply be murdered. Their bones were sold as powders, their fats became moisturizing oils and machine grease, and their blood went into demonic potions. During the day, she dressed as a beggar to scout for children. One day, she accidentally kidnapped a child who had a family and was not an orphan. The family notified the police, who discovered the full horrors of what had been going on. She was jailed without trial and ended up being killed by other prison inmates. She never showed remorse for her crimes and maintained that it was just business without a trial to refer to. Many people doubt certain aspects of the story, which has left the tale as more of an urban legend to be passed down over the years. Next up at number 9 now, we have
That's like very like it's real. That's the thing, is like, okay, so when he said urban legends, I thought it was like it's just myth. These are real. Like that one was legitimately real. And like, who could be that cold-hearted person to just kill off little kids? Can you imagine that? That's insane, bro.
de la Curva. This translates to the girl on the curve and is perhaps Spain's most famous ghost story. Legend says that in Barcelona there is
it that one where like this girl in like in a white dress appears in front of the road, like she stops you, but she appears out of nowhere? I've seen those type of videos before, and let me tell you, whew, they were scary. Like, they used to scare me. I remember I was looking, like, I was like, what, 11, 10 maybe? They scared me so bad. But now, not that much. They're just like, they're okay. But
a very dangerous road. One cold and rainy night many years ago, a man was driving home on that road. His mind wandered to the thoughts of his family, and at that exact moment, he saw her, a girl, standing in the middle of the road. She was motionless, only the raindrops pouring down her face were moving, soaking her long and dirty white dress. The man stopped the car and asked her, "Are you okay? Do you want to get in? I can take you home." Without a word, the girl got into the car. The man continued to drive and began to feel uncomfortable in her presence. He sped up in the hopes of making the journey as quick as possible, but then she leant forward, put her hand on his shoulder, and told him to go slower around the next curve, as it's especially dangerous. Confused, the driver asked, "How does she know this?" She locks eyes with him in the rear-view mirror and calmly tells him it was this curve that killed her. Terrified, the man begins to pull the car over. The girl tells him that it was her job to warn people on the road so they don't meet the same fate as her. By the time the car has stopped, she has vanished, and the man was left with a story that has been passed down over the years. Next up at number 8 now, we have the little...
I mean, that's not really scary. As I say that, I hear something. As I say that, I hear something moving, and I hope. Satan, you trying to come through? Satan trying to come through, bro. Not today, Satan. But that's not really scary as much as it is, I guess you could say, heartwarming, because like a ghost who's dead warns you about this curve because you might die. That's kind of, I might be insane, but that's kind of heartwarming.
Grave robbers. This story begins with two boys named Juan and Carlos. They were always up to some kind of mischief to impress their friends, each one trying to outdo the other. One day, they decided to go way over the line in a big way. They wanted to rob a grave. The boys wanted to show off a real-life skeleton to their friends. They hadn't given much thought to the consequences of this afterwards. They waited until nightfall and then snuck into a nearby cemetery. They climbed the wall and waited in the bushes until the coast was clear. One of them saw a shovel next to a fresh mound. They figured a fresh corpse would be even crazier than a skeleton, so they got to work. Some locals heard the noise and came to investigate the sound of the digging. They thought that the dead were coming back to life. Someone yelled, "Over there," where they saw the two boys emerging from one of the graves, staggering and covered in dirt. They attacked the boys and beat them to death. The next morning, they realized what they had done. Far from zombies, the locals had killed Juan and Carlos. To hide their crime, they burned the bodies and buried them in shallow graves. Every night since then, the ghosts of the two boys can be heard coming from the cemetery. They are said to rise up and disturb the graves of the people who murdered them. Sometimes they can be heard screaming, "Where are our brains?" The locals shut the windows and pray for morning to come. Coming at number 7 now, we have...
What the heck, bro? That is like scary. It's scary. Dang, okay. I keep hearing noises. Ugh, Saint trying to come through, bro.
Coco. This is a story of Francisco Ortega. He lived in Spain and...
Don't do it. Every time I hear, cause like, I hear it more than you would expect. So I would listen to urban legends or like scary stories, and they always have my name in it. My name is Francisco, and they always seem to have my name in the scary stories, and it just makes it so much scarier for me. And I do not want to hear this, but we're watching it.
Beginning of the 20th century. Francisco had tuberculosis, and despite asking everyone for help, his condition only worsened. When he got really desperate, he approached a curandera for help, a traditional healer. She told him that he would only be cured by drinking the blood of children and rubbing their fat on his chest. So Francisco set out to perform this horrific deed. He kidnapped Bernardo, a 7-year-old local boy, and bundled him into a cloth bag. When he got back to his house, Francisco slit Bernardo's throat and drank his blood. The demonic ritual saved his life, but doomed him forever. He became El Coco, a monstrous creature that is said to stalk Spanish streets at night, searching for children to keep himself alive. He doesn't have a specific appearance and is said to be a shapeshifter, appearing as whatever terrifies you the most. However, those that have seen him and lived to tell the tale say all they remember is his chilling skull face. Next up, number 6.
I'm sweating because that's scary. Can you see my arm? It's kind of shaking. Look at my hand. I'm shaking, bro. That is scary. How long is this video already? That is scary. Like, I'm hearing noises, and it's late at night. Okay.
Now we have the Blind Maiden. This is a more modern Spanish urban legend which goes a bit like this. There used to be a website called blindmaiden.com. It promised visitors the ability to see true ultimate horror in a way which horror movies these...
Let me back up from my chair because I'm like so close to the screen. It's not even funny.
Would never show them. It said that their browser would not let them go any further until they met some requirements. Number 1, you must be at home, alone, and in the dark. Number 2, you must enter the site at exactly midnight. And number 3, it must be a moonless night outside. If you satisfy its demands, you may continue. Your screen will be assaulted by images of girls and boys flickering quickly before your eyes. You won't be able to make out much other than the fear on their face and the fact that all of their eyes are...
What is that? What? Oh my god. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared.
Sing every single one of them. Then some text will appear on the screen that reads as follows. This website will take you to a whole new level of horror, a horror that will use all 5 of your senses. You must be careful not to click on anything by accident. You will be faced with a real experience of absolute horror. Click the accept button to engage actively in the experience. At this point, if you click decline, you'll be taken to just see some gory pictures. However, if you accept, you have sealed your fate and the ultimate horror will be shown to you. A sinister silhouette will walk into your house and then into the room you're in. On the screen, you will see the image of what looks like the back of you sat at the computer. You will freeze as something taps you on the shoulder. You turn, and then the blind maiden will kill you with a deathly scream. Then she plucks out your eyes and takes a photo of you, which will be added to the gallery of victims on the website. As the legend spread, the website was taken down, but some believe the curse still lives on. Moving on to number 5 now, we have the outcome.
Oh my god. Guys, I don't know how much more I can take of this. This is so scary. Like, this is a bad idea.
This house. In Barcelona, one of the only remaining original buildings in the city's
And you know what the messed up part is? We're only on number 5. This can only get scarier. It can only get scarier.
Jewish quarter has long been known as the Alchemist's House, named after the infamous man who lived there. In the 14th century, there lived there a Jewish alchemist known for his remedies and potions. He had a beautiful daughter who fell in love with a Christian boy who she was seeing in secret. When she got tired of lying about it, she asked the boy to ask her father for permission to marry her. The boy knew that her father would never agree, and so he suggested they simply remain lovers instead. The girl was furious and ended the relationship in a rage. This sent the boy into a hatred for her, a loathing so intense that he vowed to kill her. If he couldn't have her, no one could. He visited the alchemist, the girl's father, and got a rose from him laced with poison that would kill anyone with one sniff. That night, he went to her window, begging for forgiveness and her hand in marriage. She accepted and brought the flower to her nose to smell it, at which point she collapsed to the floor, her body writhing in pain as she died. When the alchemist found his daughter the next day, he realized what he had done. He left the house forever, cursing it as he went, so that nobody could ever live there again. This day, the house still remains in Barcelona. You can visit it, but nobody has lived there since. Next up, at number 4 now, we have Veronica.
Okay, that's not as bad. But it's gonna get scarier, trust me.
Haya. According to this legend, Veronica was once a teenage girl who came from a small Spanish village. One night she was playing a paranormal game with her friends called The Game of the Scissors and the Book. The book, in this case...
Guys, let me tell you, I'm sweating right now. You probably can't tell. But I'm literally sweating. Can you see? No, you can't see it. But I'm literally sweating. Yes.
Was the Bible, and along with the scissors, the ritual would allow them to contact the spirits of the dead. The ritual came with a very specific set of rules, what to say and how to behave. This was for their own safety, but Veronica did not listen. She broke a number of these rules and even taunted the spirits at one point. All of a sudden, the ribbon they were using...
Oh my god. Okay, how dumb can you be to taunt with spirits? You have to be pretty dumb.
snapped and the scissors flew through the air, stabbing Veronica in the neck. Her friends fled in terror. When they came back, they found Veronica lying in a pool of her own blood on the ground, stab marks all over her body. In one hand, she was holding the Bible, and in the other, she was clutching the bloody scissors embedded into her neck. In the years since then, people claim that Veronica's spirit is now unable to rest, and now she takes revenge on those who do not respect the dead. By repeating the game that she played, some people believe you can summon Veronica, although they always warn you not to be disrespectful like she was or risk the same fate as hers. Next up at number 3.
Oh my Jesus Christ. I'm not going to sleep tonight, guys. I'm just not. I have something to do tomorrow. I'm not going to sleep.
Now we have Pasanta. This legend comes from Catalan in Spain. The Pasanta is a huge dog-like creature, black and hairy with steel paws. That's right, actual paws made of steel. For centuries, people there have said the Pasanta crawls into people's bedrooms at night, creeping through the keyhole.
No. I'm locking all my windows, locking all my doors. I'm sealing up every single crack in my room. That's Satan in a dog. I'm not today.
Quickly and sits on their chest, making it difficult or even impossible to breathe. If you don't wake up, it will slowly creep into your nightmares until you can break free from its spell.
Nah. See, Satan trying to come through. That's Satan right there. That's Satan right there.
The steel paws are huge and can easily slash or bash anything that tries to get in the Pasanta's way. However, the paws have holes in them, which make it almost impossible for it to grab anyone and take them away. And so, after its night of terror, a Pasanta will return to its home in an abandoned church or ruin, ready to strike when night comes again. Moving on to number 2 now, we have the White Shadow. On February 10th, 1935, Barcelona...
I don't want to hear about this again. Okay, guys, I read about the White Shadow once, and it was freaking me out. I don't want to hear this again.
is said to have experienced Spain's first officially recorded poltergeist attack. On that night, the local night watch guard left his family home for his shift. Not long after, a faint banging sound started coming from the walls of the house, slowly getting louder and louder and louder. The son woke up and switched on the light to investigate. At that exact moment, a drawer from a dresser shot across the room. The family screamed for help. 2 members of the local patrol came to help. By the time they arrived, the banging had become much fainter. The noise carried on into the morning, and so the family left to file a police report. The police searched the house, but found nothing. The banging started again 2 nights later, so loud the neighbors came to investigate. Witnesses said a dining room chair fell and rose on its own, that the lights swung violently, the clock stopped and started again repeatedly, a fork disappeared and reappeared, the windows were shaking, and stones began to rain down in the courtyard. When the police came to interview all the witnesses, they found everyone had exactly the same story, except for the children. All of the children said they saw a white shadow moving between the clock and the chairs, something which none of the adults reported. In the years since then, many people have shared this story of the white shadow poltergeist who can only be seen by children. And finally, number 1 now we have...
Oh my god, guys. Are you serious? I'm not going to sleep tonight. Number 1, we're almost there. Come on. We're almost there.
La Musara. In the Prades mountain range in Tarragona, the town of La Musara was home to a number of different people until 1959. That's when the whole village just disappeared. Now all that remains of the village is 8 buildings, the church, and the urban legend of paranormal activity there. Many people say the disappearance has something to do with the fog. Even on sunny days, it will fall suddenly over the town, leaving visitors disoriented. It's believed that the mist has a paranormal link to time travel. When it descends, it leads people to believe they have only been in the village for a few hours, when in reality, days, weeks, months, or even years have passed. Many visitors also report hearing voices and the sound of approaching horse hooves. The story says that the fog is the result of a curse that was cast on the village centuries ago by a witch, making it a gateway to another realm. They say if you jump over a particular stone outside one of the houses, you'll pass...
Satan. Nah, see, Satan trying to come through. Guys, okay, I'm scared. Guys. See, Satan trying to come through.
Into a parallel dimension known as...
Okay, okay. Okay, I'm stuttering, so that's how you know I'm scared. I saw the lights flicker. Let's just finish the video.
Del Cis, inhabited by creatures of the underworld. If you've ever seen Stranger Things, I think La Musara sounds like a real-life version of that. Okay, I know that was a long...
We finished. Oh no. Okay, we finished. Thank goodness. Thank you, Danny Burke, for narrating this. Oh god. Is this in Danny Burke? I forget their names, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you didn't get scared like I did. I'm really scared. See, look, Saint trying to come through, man. I said it like 18 times already, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please go watch the original one if you don't want me crying like a little baby. Hope you did enjoy my video. Please like, subscribe. Go subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10s. They make the most amazing top 10s you could ever find on YouTube. And I will see you in the next video. Guys, I'm not going to sleep tonight. That's just it. Peace.